and I work for ThePrint. Today we are going to go live on this YouTube channel of the print, where I will take your questions on today's judgment of the Supreme Court ordering a partial ban on bursting of firecrackers across India. In a landmark judgment, the Supreme Court today has said that during the coming Diwali festival, firecrackers can be burst only between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m., while during Christmas and the New Year's Eve, it can be done between 11:45 p.m. and 12:30 a.m. In doing so, the Supreme Court has also refused to order a full ban on bursting of firecrackers on any auspicious day, any festival. The court has also said that firecrackers can be sold only by licensed traders. It has also said that e-commerce websites like Amazon and Flipkart won't be able to sell firecrackers. Also, what is most important is that you can now burst firecrackers only that fall within the permissible decibel and noise levels, and beyond that you cannot burst firecrackers, and these firecrackers will be certified by the state pollution control boards. We are going to take questions. Do send in your questions at our YouTube channel. The first question that we have is, it's from Sachin. He wants to know, is it an implementable order or will it be like Sabrimala, where we are seeing a large number of protesters on the streets opposing the Supreme Court judgment in the Sabrimala case, where women have been allowed entry into Sabrimala? I think this is a better judgment than Sabrimala because it is implementable, though the proof of the pudding is in the eating. We'll have to see how because the onus on enforcing this ban, this partial ban, is on the local SHOs, and it will be interesting to see how they go about doing their job. But it is a judgment. It's an order that can be easily implemented because, as we have seen last year, when there was again a partial ban on the orders of the same Supreme Court, people in the NCR region of Delhi, National Capital Territory region of Delhi, they had observed, some kind of ban and self-restraint, which is very important because pollution levels during the winters, as it is, they go very high, and unless there's some restraint by the citizens, pollution levels they have the tendency to go higher, and I'm sure the people will follow this order. Also, since the Supreme Court, it's a Supreme Court judgment, and the Supreme Court has made it made the SHOs accountable, and they have been told to strictly enforce the ban, and any violation by any citizen will be treated as contempt of court, which basically means that you can get punishment up to 6 months or fine or both. So I think it is a better order than the Sabrimala case, because Sabrimala case, it's become a religious order. It has a lot of religious connotations. But in this case, since it is a non-partisan order, it is going to affect people across religions. It's just a matter of fact that Diwali is the first festival that we are having now, but very soon we are going to have Christmas also, and then other festivals, Guru Purab, for example. So I think it's a good order, but as I said, we'll have to see how the SHOs whether they are able to get this implemented. We have a question from Sahil, who says, why does the Supreme Court only issue orders about Diwali, a Hindu festival? What about other festivals like Christmas or Guru Purab, when people burst firecrackers? Sahil, I think I have already answered this question. The Supreme Court order is not just about Diwali. It is going to be effective on every important festival, be it Diwali, Christmas, the New Year's Eve, and Guru Purab also. The only difference is during Diwali, you'll be able to burst crackers between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. While on other days, during other festivals, you'll be able to burst them between 11:45 p.m. and 12:45 a.m. We have another question from somebody who's not named herself. Can I buy crackers online? No, the Supreme Court judgment is very, very clear. You cannot buy crackers online. That rules out any attempts or any offers that are available on websites like Amazon, Flipkart. You'll have to go to certified dealers who have been licensed by the relevant authorities to buy your firecrackers. And also, most importantly, these firecrackers will have to be of the requisite decibel levels. They cannot cause too much pollution or too much noise pollution. So there you have it. We have a question from Rohit, who wants to know who decides if anybody is flouting the order. What is the punishment? The onus has been put on the concerned SHO. Every area has a station house officer in the police, and these SHOs will be responsible for ensuring that this order is properly implemented, it is properly observed. And the Supreme Court has also ordered that any attempt to violate this order will be treated as contempt, and contempt, as I have already explained, could land us in jail for 6 months, up to 6 months, or fine, or both. We have a question from Amir, who wants to know, will the partial ban have any real impact? Will pollution levels come down? It's a very interesting question, because only time will tell how much of an impact this ban will eventually have. But we do know that last year, not exactly the same, but some kind of ban was there on the orders of the Supreme Court, which incidentally had refused to modify its orders last year. And we saw a little dip in pollution levels. Delhi-NCR, because last year the order was, it pertained to the NCR region. The pollution levels did show some dip. There were multiple reports which suggested that the pollution level as compared to the years before last year it was a happy Diwali for everybody. And I'm sure this is going to continue. In fact, because this year the timings have also been fixed. Last year, do remember, there were no timings. Caveat last year was any crackers ordered, they were allowed to burst their crackers. This year, there's a 2-hour period, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Between which you'll be able to burst your crackers. And I'm sure it will have some impact also on our health. Sandhya has sent a question. She wants to know, what are some other causes of major pollution that need to be addressed immediately, and how? Sandhya, it's a very good question. In light of what has happened, today's Supreme Court judge, must also remember that one of the biggest crises that Delhi and many cities in North India and many towns we are facing is because of stubble burning. Despite various attempts to check and inform and make farmers stop burning the stubble of the crops that they cut, the ban seems to have had very, very partial impact. There's a cost involved to that. There is some plan by the governments of Punjab and Haryana to compensate farmers who don't burn their stubble. But since the money is too little and too less, farmers are not going in for that. We'll have to see if the center can intervene through possibly some addition or some money that can be given to the state governments to pay the farmers so as they stop burning the stubble. Other, the number of vehicles on the roads, they need to be checked, they need to be cut down, but unfortunately everybody is now free and with more and more money coming into our pockets. That is also not happening. We need more better public transport, which again in Delhi, do remember for the last so many years we have not bought a single bus for the Delhi Transport Corporation. Lack of funds. There was a court case which was going on. Now the Delhi High Court has allowed the Delhi government to make purchases and buy the buses. So hope improve on that those levels. Noise pollution continues to be at grow with every passing year. Industrial pollution continues to be there. So there are so many factors, but I would say during the festival season, one of the biggest factors causing pollution and which was actually affecting our health, our lungs, it was causing discomfort to our children. We weren't able to breathe properly. That was due to bursting of firecrackers. Thankfully, the Supreme Court order has come today, and I'm sure it will have some positive impact. We have a question to know, has the government filed a petition? How does it affect the small scale workers who prepare firecrackers? You know, we have an entire town called Sivakasi in the south where most of our firecrackers come in. Now, in the last few years, we have also seen a massive influx of Chinese firecrackers into our country. I am sure because of this ban, it's not rocket science that some people will be affected, the livelihood of some of the people will be affected. But cost is too little, too less to pay for on such a large scale where the health of the common citizen is concerned. But having said that, we do expect the government to somehow find a way out of this and ensure that people who lose their livelihoods because of this ban, they are compensated, they are provided jobs that will take care of the resources. So we have one last question from Nandita, who wants to know, we see people busting crackers during election rallies or after results. In the light of this order, how does this ban affect the political sphere? You know, this ban is going to be applicable across the year, and the Supreme Court judgment is very, very clear. Hopefully, you know, politicians, because they are our leaders, we expect them to lead by example. Hopefully, they'll also follow this order. Otherwise, you always have the liberty of filing cases against them. Supreme Court order is very clear that the SHOs will be instrumental in implementing this ban, and will also book anybody for contempt, which incidentally will be heard by the Supreme Court. So I'm sure political parties will try and stop getting into all this. That brings us to the end of this. That brings us to the end of this. I was just checking if we have some more questions. So do subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep watching. I am Maneesh Chhibber for ThePrint.